This is a detailed walkthrough on a 1974 Suzuki GT185 two-stroke, twin cylinder, oil injection, no premix needed, completely restored. Every nut, bolt, part, everything was restored. Purchased it from a guy in Illinois. He had it in his garage for about 15 years. He was moving, needed to get rid of it. Over about 8 months, I restored it. I put about 200 miles on it thus far. Runs great. And now it's going to be going on Bring a Trailer to fund my next project. Of note, all the red that you see, all the body work, it's all metal. Seat pan is metal, headlight bucket metal, fender metal. So let's just start at the front and make our way back here. Starting at the front, tires are Avon Roadrunner AV83 tires with new tubes. That applies to the rear as well. The rims were sourced new. These were powder coated a bronzy black matte finish, along with gloss black spokes, chrome nipples. The hubs were sandblasted, powder coated metallic silver, all new internals inside, including bearings, bushings, and seals. That same color extends up into the forks, which is powder coated as well, all new internals, including seals. Brake caliper was powder coated, that bronze black, all new internals, steel braided brake lines. Rubber fork gaiters. The headlight bucket, as I mentioned, is metal. That was powder coated silver with a metallic metal flake red over it. The lower, upper triple trees, as well as the fork ears, were powder coated silver. These are custom made for this particular build. I did shave down some of the excess on the upper triple tree. This would be where the handlebars would mount. I shaved them flush. Those are threaded holes. If the new owner wanted to purchase gauges, tack, speedo, could easily be bolted on there with brackets. Inside there's custom tapered bearings for the steering neck. I did retain the original switch housings. Of note, this bike does not have signals or horn. However, the wiring for it is coiled up inside the headlight bucket. Headlight off and on, low and high beam. Brand new master cylinder, new Suzuki grips, all new cables. As I mentioned, the bodywork's all metal. This is an aftermarket metal tank, along with a hand-formed, custom-made steel seat pan with a billet aluminum LED running and stoplight unit built into it. Custom upholstery. Ginger McCabe from New Church Moto made this with a nice diamond inset pattern. Tank is sealed inside with Caswell. A little bit tough to see in this lighting, but it's pretty brilliant. It kind of shines a silvery metal flake finish. I wasn't happy with the petcock that came with it, so I welded in a custom bung and had a high quality Harley style petcock that I used instead, which is much more high quality. Also, the tunnel is pretty deep on this, so I didn't want to have too much fuel on the right or left side of the tank. So a lot of the old Hondas, as people may know, had a crossover tube. So I did do a crossover tube. There's brass and metal fittings welded into either side. Also, those of you who know kind of vintage bikes may know that those Honda tanks were kind of a pain in the butt. When you take them off, you disconnect the crossover tube and gas starts spilling everywhere. This one actually has self-sealing quick coupler connector. So actually, when you want to remove the tank, you just unconnect that. It self-seals and you can pull the tank right off. The frame was detabbed and cleaned up, powder coated silver metallic, along with the custom made steel electronics tray. Inside there is a regulator, rectifier, and a small battery. Custom made oil tank reservoir as well. Looking at the motor, complete rebuild was done. The engine cases, cylinders, and cylinder heads were vapor honed. so it's a nice kind of virgin metal appearance. They were bored with new pistons. They've got new plugs, new wires. The side covers were powder coated the bronze matte finish that matches the front rims and rear rims. Rebuilt carbs along with unipod filters, and then I've got new oil injection feed lines. Everything is powder coated on this. I got the gear shifter, the side stand. It does also have a center stand, which is pretty nice for working on the bike. Also the foot peg mount, powder coated as well. These are brand new OEM rubber replacements. Rear pretty much the same as the front. Everything's all powder coated, all new seals, bearings, new chain. I've got new bearings inside the swing arm, which was detabbed and powder coated. These are brand new aftermarket shocks. A custom fabricated license plate bracket, which was also powder coated to match. This view is a really good view actually of the metal flake finish. Another view of the oil reservoir. Behind here is the oil injection pump, which has been rebuilt. This cover's been powder coated. Kickstarter powder coated as well. To remove the tank, it's all rubber mounted, but inside here there's one bolt that you remove and the tank lifts off. In order to get the seat pan off, you can see there's two nuts, one there and one there. You remove those, and then the entire seat pan itself slides straight back and then lifts straight up, and then you have access to the front tank mount. And last but certainly not least is the beautiful set of pipes. These are from Higspeed out of the UK. These take about 4 months to build, cost a fortune. These are hand polished stainless steel. They won't corrode. They look absolutely incredible. This particular set has the GP style silencers on the end. So there you have it, my 1974 GT185 Cafe Racer. Thanks for looking, hope you enjoyed.